It's currently January 20th, 2022, and it's about 10 p.m. I'm about to head to bed soon. I have the baby tonight, so he's sleeping over there in case you hear him. I thought I'd take a few minutes to talk about something that's on my mind. I am a surgeon, and I work with my hands, and I do like pretty major and complex cancer surgeries, and I also do microsurgery. And so, sometimes I look at my hands and I just think, man, these are like precision instruments. They're capable of, amazing, incredible feats, right? And yeah, I imagine there are many surgeons out there who feel this way. Well, recently I've been getting back into classical music, as I've said in some of my previous vlogs, and I've been watching some YouTube videos of pianists, concert pianists, specifically Katya Buniashvili. I also watched Daniil Trifonov. I mentioned before, I used to watch videos of Valentina Lisitsa, right? All these pianists, all these concert pianists, and I see what they do with their hands, what they're capable of doing with their hands, and yeah, I just quickly realized that my hands are more like hammers than precision instruments. I think once in a while, us surgeons, we need to gain some perspective about, just how talented we are with our hands, the level of manual dexterity we actually have in comparison to professional concert pianists. I'd say I'm probably closer to a handyman, a carpenter, a plumber, far closer to that level of skill than I am to a concert pianist. It's a funny thing. Throughout my training, one of the most consistent feedbacks that I got from evaluations was that I am technically very good. As a surgeon, I demonstrate good operative skill, good technical skill, and I don't know, that stuff just came easy to me, and I never thought that much of it. I thought that, and I didn't think that I was particularly special, and so the feeling that I had uh, going through training and coming out of training was that, if it comes this easily to me, it must come easily to everybody else as well. And so I always had this sort of impression that you could teach a monkey to do surgery. So nowadays I'm teaching surgery, and um, I'm rapidly learning that, in fact, uh, teaching surgery is harder than it might appear. So I no longer think you can teach a monkey to do surgery. And then I watch these videos of concert pianists, and I don't know. It just makes me feel like on the grand spectrum of things that we can do with our hands, I'm far closer to a monkey. Anyway, I think it's interesting. It's interesting. I Aside from the whole surgery thing, lately, like I said, I've been listening to and watching a sort of more modern crop of pianists. I've already mentioned Katya Buniashvili, Daniel Trifonov. There's also Yuja Wang, obviously Valentina Lisitsa. These are the sort of new crop of pianists that I've been listening to. And I don't know that I've explicitly sought them out. It's just that these are the artists that were available on Apple Music, and I signed up for Apple Music because I got a free trial, and yeah, so I'm listening to a lot of music that I used to listen to as a kid, like Rachmaninoff and even Liszt, but as portrayed by these modern pianists, and it's different. It's very different compared to how I remember them being performed by the older crop of pianists. Pianists like Vladimir Ashkenazy, um, Vladimir Horowitz. Who else did I used to listen to? Alfred Brendel, Sviatoslav Richter. Like all of these older generation of pianists. I used to listen to a ton because as a kid, when I was listening to classical music, I would borrow CDs from the library, and so they were older, right? But nowadays, I'm listening to classical music through Apple Music, and it's mostly this sort of newer generation of pianists. And yeah, just overall very interesting to hear how different um, a piece of music by Rachmaninoff written 100 years ago could how different that can sound. The really interesting thing, of course, also is the fact that when I was a kid, YouTube wasn't really a thing, and when I listened to these pieces of music, I just I just listen to the music. I don't tend to see the performance. But nowadays, with YouTube and these younger musicians, being recorded, especially with sort of high quality video production and cameras and stuff like that, you get to see the performances. It's really humbling. It's really humbling. I don't know what the point of all of this is. I don't know, just a little slice of what I've been thinking about lately.